assessment on the course. It's always a difficult topic, but it's something that's very relevant to the course and something that's a lot of trainees ask about us trainers. How is the course assessed? What are the potential grades that I get, and what sort of feedback do I get? So let's jump in. We are in week 3 and we're on day 4, so we're almost at the very end of week 3 and almost at the very beginning of the last week of the course, which is super exciting. If you remember what I was telling you about last week when we talked about stage 2s, which is an oral discussion for about 15-20 minutes with the trainees about how they're doing compared to themselves and compared to the course expectations. And even before that, already in week 1, we had our stage 1 meeting, which was written feedback, again, about how your first 2 lessons went. Then week 3 is an important milestone for some of the trainees because there are 2 options. And not everyone gets a stage 3 meeting. Only 2 types of people will get a stage 3. 1, if you're doing exceptionally well, then this is a time that we're telling you, like, look, there's potential for you to get a grade. You can either get a pass, which about 60 or 70% of the people who take CELTA around the world globally will get a pass. About 20-25% of CELTA candidates around the world will get a pass B, and about 5-7% of the candidates, they might get a pass A, but that's only true for 5-7% of the candidates. So in stage 3, what we focus on is that if your stage 2 was too standard, but now we feel like you're going to be able to do this, then we're going to give you a stage 3 meeting to say, look, here are the things that you need to be able to do to get a grade. We're going to be supporting you, but you have to do the work. So hopefully in that case, stage 3 is quite motivating. Like, hey, you're going to get the equivalent of a merit or a distinction. The other people for whom stage 3s are equally exciting or even nerve-wracking or terrifying are the candidates who might be in danger of failing the course. And this should be the last wake-up call that your trainer is going to give you. Like, there are these 3 or 4 criteria, or sometimes even more, sadly, or sometimes less. Hey, that these are the criteria that you need to meet for the rest of the course, and you need to show it to us consistently that you're able to achieve those criteria. The way the CELTA course works is that there are no minimal numbers of teaching practice sessions that you can pass or fail. When we look at assessment for the course, we look at your entire portfolio, we look at your assignments, we look at your lessons, and we're looking for criteria in the CELTA 5, which is our booklet, which used to be a real booklet, but now it's online. And we look at how you meet those criteria in your lessons, in your assignments, in your lesson planning, and in one of those documents, so that, again, the plans, the lessons themselves, the teaching, or the assignments, you need to show that you're able to do that. For example, you need to show that you're able to analyze language. It should be evident from assignment 1, which was the language-related task. It should be evident from area 2, which is in your planning. So when you plan a lesson, you need to be able to include all the elements of meaning, form, pronunciation, and appropriacy, if appropriate. And in your teaching, you need to show us that you're able to deliver lessons that are consistent, not only with the CELTA criteria, but that they help students to proceed and progress in their lesson and to learn something new. And that's it. I told you it was going to be a bit more serious topic, but a lot of candidates ask at the very first interview, what should I do to get a grade B or a grade A, or what should I get to get a pass? And what we tell candidates is try not to focus too much on the grades already, because the more you focus on getting a pass B or a pass A, the more you'll feel like everything less is going to be a fail. That if you do anything less than get a grade for the course, then you were not successful, and that's not the case. If you get a pass, that's fantastic. Well done. If you get a pass B, then it's really great work on top of that. Like, again, you're within the 20-25% of the people around the world who will only get a grade. And if you're pass A, then absolutely fantastic effort. Well done. You're in the top 5-7%. But that shouldn't take away from your experience of enjoying the course, being able to focus on the course, focus on your students, and at the same time, focus on yourself. Not make it the most stressful month of your life because you're out to achieve a grade B or a grade A or a pass B or a pass A. Try to enjoy the course. Try to take on as much as you can. At the same time, have fun, because that's what teaching is all about. And input sessions is where we trainers have our fun. So you should be allowed and you should have your own time of fun as well on the course. Now, speaking of fun, tomorrow is the last day of week 3. So we look forward to having the stage 3 meetings and then potentially a meal or some drinks out with the trainees on the course. After tomorrow, the next time we're going to meet is already the first day of the last week of the course. It feels like it's been a long course already, so let's push on just a little more, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.